Okay, in this video clip we're going to look at PSC number 6. It's the pedestrian crossings and the use of signals by indicator and arm. Okay, so that's something to bear in mind, that it is indicator and arm. That's usually what the examiner will say to you. So they don't necessarily have to be too concerned about the likes of brake lights or hazard warning lights, for instance. So we're looking at pedestrian crossings and the use of signals by indicator and arm. Okay, so that's where the emphasis goes on the indicators and the arm signals. And you might be asked to do that on the move as well, but that can be discussed as you go through the training. So I'm going to do the same sort of dual role as normal. I'm going to play the part of the sort of learner and the instructor, and we're going to go through the personal greeting, clarification lesson, the plan of action, and then the brief. Okay, so it gives you an idea of what we're looking for, and we're going to hopefully get that done within about 10 minutes, all being well. Okay, but it's quite a challenge in this one because there's a lot to kind of get in there in this one, because there's the two things, the signals and the pedestrian crossings. But hopefully I'll give you an example, and it'll give you something to work with. Okay, right then. So hello John, my name is Innes. Is it okay if I call you John? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just call me John. Right then, so I believe your other instructor can't be here today, so I've stepped in to take this in for you. I also believe he's got the same car as this. So you're used to driving this kind of car? Yeah, he's got the same car as this one. Yeah, it's the same make and model. So I know what everything is. Oh, that's good. I think that's why you asked me to step in, because I've got the same car. So that's a handy aspect there. So we're going to think about the lesson today. So he did mention that today's lesson was going to be on pedestrian crossings and the use of signals by indicator and arm. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah. Right, that's good. So what we're going to do first, well, is we'll do a bit of Q&A, find out a wee bit of history, and we'll have a wee chat about the signals as well, with the indicators and the arms, and we can see what you know with that. And then we'll give you a brief on the pedestrian crossing as well, and try and put it into practice out on the move. So once we go out on the move, I'll give you lots of help and support to begin with, but hopefully gradually as the lesson progresses, I'll reduce that level of instruction. And by the end of the lesson, you'll hopefully have a good idea of how to approach and deal with pedestrian crossings safely, and also a good understanding of the use of the signals in as well. How does that sound to you? That sounds great. Yeah, brilliant. Right, and so can we tell me what your last lesson was? What were we doing last week in your last lesson? Oh, we were doing roundabouts. Okay, good. What routine were you using at these roundabouts? Or the MSM routine? Good, excellent. So we've got the hazard routine, mirror signal manoeuvre. Yes, okay. So if you're using the MSM routine, did you break down the manoeuvre part at all? Oh, aye, that's the position, speed, gear and look, and the ladder, look, assess, decide and act. Okay, excellent. Yeah, that's brilliant. So we're going to be using these things today as well, because pedestrian crossings are a hazard. So if you approach any hazard, you use the hazard drill. So that's going to come in quite handy today. So first thing we're going to do is get you to go through the cockpit drill. Okay, that way you're already kind of set up basically. Okay, so if you go through that, that's it. Doors, good. Now before you do your seat, remember the handbrake. That's right. So doors, handbrake, good. Then your seat. Okay, mirrors. Seatbelt, that's okay, brilliant. Okay, so that's now you're all set up, ready to go basically. So we're going to have a wee chat about the signals. Okay, so are you happy with the indicator signals? Oh, yeah, I know about the indicators. Okay, so why do we use the signals? What are the purpose of the indicators? Oh, it's to tell people where we're going. Yeah, absolutely. It gives people information on where we're actually going to do, what we intend to do, what our intentions are. That's the idea. And we want to give these signals in good time, don't we? So what do you understand about the timing of the signal? Well, yeah, it's got to be good time. Yeah, that sounds right. So what does that mean to you, good time? Well, not too early or not too late. Okay, good. Yeah, so a wee example of that would be this one here. Okay, so if we're wanting the second junction on the right, we wouldn't signal before the first. Why not? Oh, people think we're going to go into that first one. Okay, yeah, so if there's anyone wanting to cross the road, yeah, they might walk across thinking you're going to turn in there. So it's very important, again, it's not too early, yeah, misleading, and it's not too late either. So if we're taking that second road and we're kind of coming up here, if it's too late, we're not letting people know early enough what we're planning to do, and that can affect them. So the important timing is a very important aspect of signal. Okay, so we've also got signal if necessary. Okay, so what does that mean to you? Well, we always have signal. Well, not necessarily. If we're turning left or right at junctions, we'd certainly signal. Roundabouts, crossroads, T-junctions. If you're turning left or right, you would then signal. But for instance, if you're just moving away from the car park, you'd only signal if it's going to benefit somebody. So you'd become more effective on your observations. Same with again, going past a parked car, for instance. You might not have to signal. If the position of the car is good, that's a signal in itself. Okay, so there's times when you will and there's times when you won't, but we can get into that a bit more detail on the move, basically. Okay, so we've got our purpose, we've got our necessity, and we've got our timing, and now we've got our arm signals. Okay, so have you looked at that in the highway code? Oh yeah, I've had a wee look at that. Okay, then, so if you put your window down, okay, now before you put your arm out the window, what are you going to have to do? Well, I don't know, I'm not sure. Well, how about check the mirrors? Oh yeah, you've got to check the mirrors, yeah. So if we're turning right, yeah, first thing we do is we check our mirrors, okay, that's it. And then how would the arm signal go? Good, yeah, right out, but palm facing forward. That's it, good, palm facing forward, that's for right. And what would it be for left? Wait now, wait, before you, now think about, if we're turning left, what mirrors would you check if you're turning left? Oh, middle and left, okay. But you're going to put your arm out the window, so what other mirror do we need to check? Oh, the right one, okay, so you check your middle, left, and then your right mirror, and then with your arm out the window, that's it. And then, yeah, palm facing forward, that's it. And no, clockwise, the way the wheel, turn it the way the wheel's going, that's it. So you're out, and you're turning that the wheel's going. That's fine, yes, that's the one. Okay, and now it's slowing down. Now, wait. What's first? That's it, mirrors first, that's it, okay. And then arm out, good. And then palm facing down the way, that's it, and up and down. Good, okay. Now if you were going to tell a traffic warden you're going forward, you would put your hand, do you think we would put your hand? That's it, up in front of the mirror. Good, okay, fantastic. So, well, you seem to have a good understanding about the signals, so that's good. So we're going to move on towards the pedestrian crossings, okay. So, there's various types of crossings that we have, okay, but the thing to bear in mind is that they're all approached in very much the same way. Yeah, so we'll go through the various ones through the brief, but the first thing that you have to think about is how to recognise a crossing. So can you tell me how you'd recognise a crossing was coming up? Oh, you'd get a sign. Well, you might get a sign, yeah, you've got the various signs. You've got the pedestrian crossing sign here, and temporary traffic lights, and we've also got the blue beacon, and you get that at zebra crossings. Okay, so you could get a sign, or you get traffic lights. You can look for the yellow boxes on the poles, so you press the button. Yeah, so I'm sure you've done that as a pedestrian. Oh, yeah, you've done that. So by looking at the poles, you can see there's yellow boxes there, and if there's yellow boxes there, that would suggest it's a pedestrian crossing, or certainly an area where pedestrians can cross. Okay, so if you recognise any of these things, you've got to then introduce the hazard drill. So what's the first part of that hazard drill? Oh, check your mirrors. Okay, good. So we're coming along the road. We're going to stick with the zebra one to begin with. Okay, coming along the road, we recognise we've got a zebra crossing coming up. Okay, so first things first, check your mirrors. Okay, assess the situation and see how close the car is behind you, because you might have to adjust your speed a little bit if he's very close. Yeah, if he's very close behind you, you might have to actually, slow down a bit more. Yeah, and maybe activate the brake lights. That would encourage him to slow down a bit more. Okay, so you come along, check your mirrors, assess the situation behind, and scan the area. And we're looking to see if anyone's looking to cross. So we've got two pedestrians at the side here. If they're looking left and right, they're going to be looking to cross. Okay, so we have to be slowing down and approaching it at a speed that we can stop safely. Yeah, whatever speed that might be. So you take your own sort of driving ability into account there, and we're looking to assess the situation and decide whether we're going to have to wait or possibly even stop. So we're looking for them to scan the road, and that's where, if they're looking to cross, that's where we must give way. Okay, so as we approach it, we're looking for that. Where would you stop if you had to stop, do you think? Or just by the lines? Okay, yeah, so just by the giveaway lines, just there. Okay, so you can see the giveaway lines, the broken white lines. So you stop just before that and allow the pedestrians to cross. What you wouldn't do is invite them to cross. Okay, you'll see that an awful lot, people flagging them on and inviting them to cross, but you want to make sure that you make them their own decisions. Okay, so you stop and they can see that you've stopped, but they can then make their own decision to walk across the road. Okay, so don't flag them on. Okay, because if a car's coming this way, you don't know if that car's going to stop or not. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, you've got the zigzag lines, so what do they mean? Oh, no stopping. No, not quite no stopping, because if there's places there, you have to stop. So, no parking and no overtaking. So again, imagine a car parked there on the left-hand side. Okay, pedestrians can't see you and you can't see them, so it spoils the vision. So you're not allowed to park within the vicinity of the zigzag lines, and you're not allowed to overtake the lead vehicle either. Okay, for the same reasons. Okay, you can't see the crossing properly and they can't see you properly. Okay, so that's the way you'd approach the general crossing. So you're going to recognise it, check your mirrors, back off the gas and start looking, assessing and deciding what you might have to do and looking for the pedestrians. Down at the bottom one here, we've got Pelican crossing. Now the difference with this one is it's got traffic lights, a traffic light system, but it's got a flashing amber sequence. So what does flashing amber mean? Oh, that means get ready to go. Not quite, no, not quite ready to go. It means go if it's clear. Okay, so if there's no pedestrians on that crossing, you can then go. But the approach is the same. You're going to check your mirrors and then assess the situation as you drive towards it, looking for pedestrians and looking for anyone that might have somebody could have pressed the button and walked away. So although the crossing's clear, the lights still might change. So that's something to kind of be aware of. Okay. Now, sometimes you get two crossings, as you see at the bottom here. Okay, so you'll notice that because there's beacons not just at the side of the road, okay, but there's ones in the middle as well. Okay, so if there's beacons at the side and the middle, that would be two separate crossings. Okay, and you'll see this one again here is staggered, so that's again two crossings, and you'll notice again there's lights in the middle, not just at the sides. Okay, and then there's a few other various ones such as we've got Pelican and Puffin. Sorry, Toucan and Puffin. But again, approach very much in the same way. Okay, so the one with the Toucan, two can cross, so cyclists can use that as well. They don't have to dismount. And then the Puffin is censored. So if anyone is walking around the area or still in that vicinity of the sensor, it won't go back to green. It'll stay red, so it protects the pedestrians. Yeah, you've got equestrian ones as well, but they're all used again in the same way as traffic lights are: green, amber and red and amber together, and then the green. Okay, and then you've got situations where you've got junctions, okay, and you've got areas where pedestrians will cross within that vicinity. Okay, so that's something to kind of look for. So although it's not an individual pedestrian crossing, there's still areas where pedestrians can cross. And if you look at the poles, you'll see yellow boxes. So that activates a system that tells the system there's pedestrians waiting to cross. Okay, so again, approaching very much the same way. You're checking your mirrors, assessing the situation, and deciding what you might have to do about that, basically. Okie dokie. Any questions with that? No, that sounds fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and have a go at that, and we'll see if we put that into practice and see if we can improve on what you're doing. Okay.